Thanks for tuning in for our on-location event here in Big Sky Resort, Montana. Montana is known for big skies and big mineral deposits, especially gold and silver. We have a lot of announcements to share, as promised, but first let me introduce myself. I'm Philip Meckleburg, founder of Equity Estates. Let's get in where it's warm. For those unfamiliar with Equity Estates, let me share a quick crash course. It's a luxury residence fund. Think mutual fund, and instead of investing in stocks, bonds, commodities, I, as fund manager, invest in amazing vacation homes, multi-million-dollar homes, well-appointed for investors to enjoy. We have a buy and hold strategy similar to Warren Buffett's. We hold it, enjoy it, and then sell it down the line and share all the profits. During the time between now and then, while we're enjoying it, there's a 3-point concierge support system, and every home has all the amenities you would need to enjoy the kitchen and the home with Sonos PlayStations, a inventory in the home that covers everything from spices and olive oil, Glad bags and aluminum foil, everything you would need just like at your own home. We have these homes in beach locations, mountain, city, and what we call leisure as well. I can't believe, actually, it's been 10 years. In fact, this is our 10th year anniversary. And we've delivered our 10,000th trip to our investors. In fact, that right there is cause for a little celebration. So grab your champagne or whatever you have to toast with. Let me open this up and ask my team to come in, because there's no way I could have done this without a great team behind me. We only have a few of them here now, but let's all come in for a quick drink to celebrate our 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, well, let's celebrate. Look, 10 years, that's a lot. 10,000 trips, that's a lot. Couldn't have done it without you guys and the big team back in Atlanta headquarters. So thank you very much. And here's cheers to everyone for everyone's support.
Cheers.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Thanks for celebrating with us. So on to the rest of my announcements, and I'll hold on to the champagne because all the rest of the news is really exciting as well. We're also announcing the launch of Fund 3. Equity Estates Fund 3 is here. Fund 1 sold out in 2012. Fund 2 sold out at the end of December in 2016, and here we are with Fund 3. The targeted destinations for Fund 3 include Maui, Hawaii, British Virgin Islands, Belize, Southern Florida. To round out all of our great mountain destinations, we'll be looking in Vail, Aspen, and Jackson Hole, and we'll also be looking in London and New York City, among many others. If you want to learn more about that, just download our executive summary. If you click on the link below me here, you can get to that executive summary, or go to whatisequityestates.com. Additional announcements, Equity Estates Expeditions. We started over a year ago curating these once-in-a-lifetime travel opportunities for our investors, and they've been amazing. We took everyone to Galapagos on a private yacht. We planned a trip, a luxury safari in Africa to Botswana, and going forward, we have even more fabulous trips. We have a 5 Senses tour in Tuscany being planned, and people already have some reservations booked for it in September coming up, where the participants will be exposed to parts of Florence you would not be able to get to yourselves. And of all your 5 senses, mine being taste, one of my favorites, there'll be lots of eating and drinking amazing Italian food. We have more travel experiences, another safari in Southern Africa, and for investors in Equity Estates, we actually have secured a private yacht that will tour you through the British Virgin Islands. And on top of that, for those who really love the game of golf, where it all started in Scotland, we now have access to Portormie Castle. And on those grounds, in addition to being able to easily play St. Andrews, an amazing golf course, you could do other fun things, fly fishing for trout and other fish, and falconry. And I even stopped and said, who wants to sit there with a bird in their arm? And then when I learned about this majestic beast, this bird that can swoop down at 200 miles per hour plus and grab a pigeon out of the air, they do use fake clay pigeons and such for the birds to capture. It's an amazing experience. So I look forward to doing that with other investors in Equity Estates. We, thankfully, after 10 years now, have been able to curate these additional travel experiences on top of the typical travel in all of the homes in the portfolio, which is really the mission and vision for Equity Estates. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, if you want more information, click on the link below. And if you have more time, I'll be happy to answer a few questions that were submitted earlier. Julie, can you help me?
Of course. Okay, the first question is this a timeshare?
Of course. We get that a lot. No, not a timeshare at all. It's a private placement. It's actually a 506C private placement under the rules of the Security and Exchange Commissions. Again, like a mutual fund or a hedge fund. And the asset class that we invest in, as you know, as I've said, multi-million-dollar homes, all well appointed and tricked out for you to enjoy. The price per square foot on an equity estates property is over $1,000 a square foot. Most timeshares are a fraction of that, maybe 20% of that. There's many contractual differences as well. A timeshare is a right to use. So a developer is motivated to sell 50 out of 52 weeks of time, and you have a right to use it 1 or 2 weeks or whatever you purchased. For equity estates, it's own and use. So we used a private placement structure to evidence the ownership so that when we liquidate, we know where all the proceeds go. And in the meantime, we all use and share, and we actually underutilize the properties. So instead of having 50 out of 52 weeks sold, equity estates looks for a maximum occupancy of about 57%. So that 40% plus is open time for all of us to enjoy. The path to liquidity is another final point I'll make. Timeshares are known, and if you ask any financial advisor, they'd suggest it's not an investment. It trades for a discount to what you purchased in almost every case. In equity estates, the way we've structured it, we expect when we sell off the homes in a robust second home market of trading that's been occurring for many, many years and will continue to do so, there should be some profits there for us to share. Any other questions?
The next question is, can I rent these homes?
Can you rent them? If you're not an investor, you really don't have access to use these homes. We intentionally don't want to rent them out. That's not part of our model. We want that 40% vacancy to just have to be some downtime so we could care for the homes and have people enjoy them first come, first serve. Because we're sharing in the actual costs of these homes, it's like a cooperative. It's already so low. To trade access and compete with third-party renters for the same time didn't meet our mission and scope. We also feel that our equity estates owners, the investors, the way they care for a property is very different than some renters. Not all, but as you can imagine, you pay $3,000, $4,000 to rent a place. You may be a little careless around the house thinking you paid so much, you like almost deserve to sort of just have yourself a good time. And if something happens bad, it's a landlord's problem. Our owners don't really think that way. That's what we've seen over time. So we're not too excited about having third-party renters. We rather have the time for ourselves.
The next question is, who actually owns these homes?
The investors own them, as I've described. Just like any fund, the people who buy shares or membership interests, in the case of our company, because it's a limited liability company, they own the homes. All the homes purchased by Equity Estates Fund 3 will be owned by the investors in Fund 3.
Okay, the next question is, what does it cost?
We have an executive membership interest that comes with an allotment of 15 nights, and it's a little over $200,000. And it goes up from there because we believe that people should invest an amount commensurate with the amount of time that they really want to travel. Unfortunately, a lot of these beautiful homes, even for someone to buy them themselves, they sit empty a lot. They use them 2 to 4 weeks a year. So why not invest an amount commensurate with the time that you really want to use in these homes? And of course, when we distribute all the cash, you'll get your fair share piece of it based, again, on the amount you invested up front.
Okay, and the last question we have time for today is, where are the homes located?
Great question. All over the world. The Equity Estates portfolio typically buys in North America, USA, Mexico, Caribbean, a little bit in Europe. That's the footprint for Equity Estates homes. And we teamed up with another company out of Europe that has Europe and Asia properties. And therefore, together, through sharing, a reciprocity relationship, any investor in Equity Estates can travel to over 25 different countries. Again, in these multi-million-dollar, well-appointed homes with concierge support. And that's basically traveling the world. You can't get tired of that. Well, thanks for tuning in. I wish we had more time for questions. If you do have more, put them in the comments section and we'll definitely get back to you. Now it's time for me to go enjoy all that Big Sky has to offer. Maybe go get out in the slopes, Cheers to all of you, and thanks for your support.